Hey everybody, it's Dalmation Productions here bringing you guys another video, and this video I'm going to be talking about Windows 10 once again. And but I want to talk about something that nobody really has asked me about, which is, was I a Windows Insider person? And I'm gonna answer that question. I used to be a former Windows Insider preview person. That's right. I used to be an insider from 2017 until 2019. And then I rejoined it again, but then I opted out of it because now it's saying I need to have it on full diagnostic data to get it preview builds. Now, for those of you who don't know what Windows Insider is, Windows Insider is a it's basically a beta stage. It's like a beta testing thing. It's beta testing stuff in Windows 10 where you can, if you want to get the version early, you can try to opt in to one of the rings. You can do the slow ring, the fast ring, and the release preview ring. Now, there used to be a skip ahead, but for whatever reason, they decided to get rid of that, which no one knows why. I'm pretty sure no one knows why. So I'm going to explain the different rings before I go on to my story of an insider on Windows 10. So the different rings on Windows 10 Insider Preview builds, there's the fast ring, the slow ring, and the release preview. So I'm going to talk about the fast ring first. The fast ring is when it's features that are going to be in the future, what to expect for the future version of Windows 10. It's one of those more risky rings where you're going to have eventually going to have a lot of problems on the ring. You have a potential that you might get a blue screen, because since that's still in development at that point. And yeah, it's basically just more of those higher risk rings. And I'm not going to explain it as much in this video, but you get what I'm talking about here. Now the slow ring is kind of the opposite, but you get it basically means you just get it at a later date. Once the fast ring testers are done testing it, it will get sent to the slow ring, and then it will get into the release preview ring, which I'll explain here in a few minutes. So slow ring is pretty much more of a low sort of risk ring, where it's more they do recommend being on the slow ring because it's a lot more low risk to getting problems. So yeah, and finally we have release preview, which is basically the final stage in the Windows Insider testing stage. So that's when that's being tested in the final stage before it gets released to the public. So yeah, release preview is the final stage where they just it's tested for a final time until it gets released. So yeah. So now it's that out of the way, I'm going to be talking about my story of how I became a Windows Insider. Now, again, I do not recommend Windows Insider on your main production machine. So this was back when I had my old Lenovo computer. Basically, one day I saw this Windows Insider page and I was like, oh, I wanted to join that. And I'm not sure what ring I was in. I do believe it was a possibility of being in the fast ring. And then eventually I opted out of it because I didn't like it for some reason. And then I ended up rejoining the program again. But this time around, I ended up opting out again. But this time I had to use a group policy setting to get me opted out, and now it's saying I have to have it on full diagnostic data, which that I don't understand, because that really doesn't make any sense why they would have to have it on full, because they're gonna end up spying on you. So yeah, so yeah, that's basically about my story, and I basically don't want to ever join the insider preview again. Now, originally my old computer, originally I was gonna use it for an insider machine, but I decided to opt out of it. So basically I just, I have a low-end computer, and apparently I cannot get the insider stuff to work on the machine because it doesn't have enough space for it. But yeah, anyways guys, that is it for this video, and yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, anyways guys, that is it for this video, and see you guys in my next video. Goodbye everybody.